We train students here specifically for practice in Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean. And that's a very important point because, especially in the professional training programs, because the practice of medicine is largely cultural, whether we want to believe that or not. You have to practice within the culture, not just the medical culture, but the societal culture, if I can use that term, in which you find yourself, and the communication techniques used by doctors vary from society to society. With regard to the use and the application of knowledge within that societal context, that is also very important. So all professional training programs are trained to produce specialists with this expertise.
The postgraduate programs at the Faculty of Medical Sciences are predominantly, like I said, 19 of them Doctor of Medicine programs, which most of it involves experiential learning. They stand out because of the breadth of the patient population. It's very wide. A lot of the diseases and processes we meet are hitherto unresearched elsewhere, mostly because people don't have access to these populations. Because when that is admixed with some degree of financial comfort, able to do more procedures, and because it's untapped, it is a very fertile area for research that is desired elsewhere in all the developed countries that are dealing with the complexity of managing ethnic minority populations. They need to know the history of the diseases and how they are managed in the countries from whence they came. So it's a very good area to be. It's a good time and a good place. We are in the middle of, I would say, an upswing in development. The world is advancing very rapidly. Technology, communication methods, and teaching methods and everything. I think the emphasis at UWI is shifting appropriately. I think it is the place for an incoming young medical professional to be, to make a difference, both regionally and worldwide.
Postgraduate students from the School of Veterinary Medicine have been employed in many areas outside of the region, including in education, industry, international organizations such as Pan American Health Organization, and they've also been part of faculty in many universities throughout the world.
Well, pursuing a program, a postgraduate program in the School of Nursing, at present offers two streams so that you can become an administrator, nursing administrator, from a nurse manager, head nurse, right up to a general manager nursing. And it also prepares you for other administrative functions within the regional health authorities. If you do the postgraduate program in education, it prepares you to be a nurse educator at one of the schools of nursing, and you can reach up to the level of principal or director of the School of Nursing.
Our programs follow the basic principles of the goals are for creating the University of the West Indies in the first place. That is lifting the standard of life of the Caribbean people. And we look beyond the Caribbean people and we look at the diaspora and we look internationally, because to live the quality of health care in the world is to live the quality of care of Caribbean people. So our graduates are trained accordingly. They train here, so therefore by definition their training may appear specific to here. But in doing so, they are trained to practice as a specialist anywhere. And the quality of training they receive and the quality of the product at the end is highly complemented, and we check that by having external examiners from all over the world examine our students at the end, and invariably they say how well our students perform compared to students anywhere. So our students, and they're very good, and they, while doing our programs, many do develop world exams as well, and invariably they pass them very easily. So graduates can be found all over the world. The aim, however, is to train them in a way that encourages them to return and contribute directly to healthcare in the Caribbean. So many exercise the option of returning home or staying at home and delivering care here. But they can be found anywhere at the level of consultants, or academic staff, or trainers anywhere in the world. But I would think quite a large proportion are in the hospitals and universities in the Caribbean.
At the School of Veterinary Medicine, we have a veterinary teaching hospital, and that is available for postgraduate students to do research on clinical cases. There's also a molecular biology suite where we do real-time PCR and conventional PCR diagnostics. We also have the capacity in immunology where we can do ELISAs, and of course classical microbiology where you can just culture for organisms. So there are lots of diagnostic tools that are available for postgraduate researchers.
We offer a fully online master's program. And we offer that fully online master's program because it allows students to remain in their work environment, and they can now access their teaching learning experiences any part of the world. That's why we have people from Fiji and Papua New Guinea in our program.
I think it's the caliber of the students, because we attract some very bright students, and brightness does not end with exam results, but with high social caliber. And increasingly they get interested in voluntary work and work in the community and extracurricular activities. And with this dean, we also put emphasis on those as part of the training. I think that's our strength, because they do so very well that they could, with a canter, pass any exams anywhere and practice anywhere. I think that's the strength of the program, our young people.
Opportunities that occur after you finished your undergrad program with us, and that is continuing professional development. And we are going to be offering courses which give CPD points, continuing professional development points, and these points we expect will count towards enrollment in our postgrad programs. The idea is that people who are too busy or who have too many commitments to allow themselves to the time that it takes to focus only on a professional training program, may do so over a longer period of time and do part of the program, so then they won't have to come in full time. This is still in development, but we can alert people that this is where we intend to go. The whole idea is to produce programs that empower people, practitioners, to improve themselves, even if they can't come in full time with us.